you mentioned Buddy Rich, and obviously he hooked you in as a drummer. Who were some other inspirations for you, drumming wise, or just music in general?
I used to say, I used to say, because nobody's asked me this recently, or I would still say it, that, if you take Buddy Rich and Mel Lewis and Ringo Starr and Elvin Jones and put them at the four corners of the world, everybody is some amalgamation somehow, amongst all of those great, what they have to bring and what they bring to the instrument, what they bring to the table. So I was a huge jazz buff growing up. Probably way overly opinionated in that area than I should have been as a teenager. But and this was growing up in the early 60s when all that was happening.
Right.
The Coltrane Quartet was going. Elvin turned the way people played the drums. People pretty much upside down. Right. Huge Jimmy Cobb fan with Miles Davis, and so honored to have him out to Drum Channel for 4 days. We have great content about Jimmy and all of his experiences and the real behind the scenes stories when you get those guys out here to talk about what life was like in New York and what have you. And then, of course, huge Chicago fan. I was, never thought in those days I'd be able to meet those drummers and become friends with them. Buddy, I got to know quite well in his later life through two mutual friends of mine, Frank DeVito and Nick Ceroli.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah, that must be a fantastic. I mean, you're selling all kinds of incredible drums and equipment too, but to meet these guys who are making the music, it must be an incredible part of your job, right? Yeah.
Well, I've been lucky to know a lot of them when I was growing up in LA, here living in Los Angeles, and then as time went by in manufacturing, got to meet a lot of them, obviously, through looking at what their needs were. The most fun was being able to sit next to them, really close and see how they played. And that's something that from teaching with Freddie Gruber, the years I studied with him, it was all about how you use your body to motivate and follow the bounce of the stick. It wasn't like, here's how I'm going to change a little bit of what you're doing. It's just like, look at how Buddy is doing what he's doing. Look at how, so I've always enjoyed, maybe that's the mechanical side of me, looking at seeing, and not only obviously appreciating the musicality of the greatest drummers in the world, but seeing what they're doing to do that. How this drummer is using this type of technique, this one's using this type of technique, how he's using it, the differences between match grip and conventional grip, and the commonalities between those things too. So I love the study of the instrument in terms of how somebody is creating what they're creating.